But now it seems that, oh, now we have freaking 3 tables, only 2. And now it works actually a lot better. Wow. I have a drop box. I don't know if it causes all the problems. So now actually the games seem to be working better. Here, green Polish player almost min raises me. I'm just going to fold my aces. It's tempting to call, thinking that if I can get my replayer window open for somehow. There it is. It's tempting to call here. It's only 70 cents, but problems come whatever the turn is. You are not happy. Even if it's an ace, you are not happy because queen then kind of strange. So there isn't any turns that you can actually donk. So you have to check, and if he checks, you're going to river. Even if we call, there aren't any good outcomes on turn and river that we should be happy about. So if we call, we just hope he doesn't bet anymore. So that's why I just fold, because the hand doesn't have a lot to improve. This is a mistake. I tried to open 3 BBs, but everyone folded. In one of the earlier streams that I tried to use, I talk about why I don't like Zoom. And I have said it so many times. The thing is that the average VPIP in Zoom is 27 at the moment. 26 at the moment. So the average players per flop is 26%. In normal tables you can easily find 6 tables of 50 or more. And as in PLO, the money comes from the loose players. The more there are high VPIP players, the more you win, and in Zoom there aren't a lot of those. So yeah, Zoom is easy. You have these 14, 15 nits. This guy hasn't played any hand in 7 hands. So yeah, it's easy to play with these nits, but you are not stacking them off lightly. Here we have the nuts on left table, so we get it in. And he has 2 pairs, and of course he hits his 4-outer. So we get at least half back. It's kind of annoying because we have had such a bad 2 months in coachings and it doesn't get any better. Well, at least we are winning in EV, and that's the most important part. We can't affect that. Like in here. Where's the hand? Wow. There it is. So here we have the nuts. He has 4-outer. We can't affect that. 1 out of 10 times one of the 4 outs come, and rest of the time we win. But what we can affect is when we put our money in. So we should be happy. Of course, I made a mental mistake by thinking about the outcome. The correct way of playing is to think, yeah, we got the money in with the nuts, move on to the next, and we are not interested about the results. But yeah, I'm just a human. 2 months of bad run has gone under my skin. I'm not sure what did you manage to hear about me saying about Zoom. So if you have any questions about the Zoom, just ask. We don't have pretty much any delay today, so now you can interact with me in real time. On right table, the open button, we don't have pretty much any good turnouts. Our hand is not going to improve a lot. So I'm making a half a pot c-bet and hope he folds 1 out of 3 times. And he calls, kind of sucks. Well, we had a cut shot, but that's no good there. We pick up the top pair, so let's check and see. We improve top 2 to the river, so if he bets, we are definitely calling. And if he checks, I'm probably betting myself. Hope he bluff catches me with 6-5 type of hand. And on left table, monotone board, I'm just betting half a pot, and so many people just fold there. One thing about Zoom is that even the regulars are not going to fight back at you in creative ways. They are playing pretty straightforward. So if their default is to fold on those monotone boards, they are going to fold them always. But, well, originally I thought about playing like half an hour, 45 minutes of Zoom and see how it goes. If there's nothing interesting going on, then we go to normal tables where we have a lot more hands that go to turn and river. But now we missed half an hour due to problems. So maybe we just play Zoom. Here we have a 60 BP short. I'm going to 3-bet. We have double suited aces. I'm pretty much 3-betting always when I have double suited aces. It's such a strong hand. And here we have a overpair, double clutch shot, flush draw. We have everything. Yeah, from UTG I folded A764. On Zoom I'm playing slightly tighter than in normal tables. And here we get it in and oh man, the guy is just crushing us. We had 2 pairs and blocking so many flush outs, but we managed to. I don't know if we sucked out. I haven't had that kind of hand. Oh, this doesn't work, so I'm using this one. Here on the flop, oh, we had 57, so we were ahead. I wasn't sure because I haven't had these type of situations that often. So actually we were ahead while he had a better hand on the flop. In real value, he had 2 pairs, we had just a pair, but we were ahead. Another flip one. So yeah, I'm complaining about bad run and we had 2 flips and we won both of them. Yeah, A764 suited. I lost my words. You can open it, it depends what kind of players you have. The problem in Zoom, especially PL10 Zoom, is that all the regulars are pretty tight. So most of the villains' ranges are quite tight, and with those Ace-7-6-4s out of position, like if the flop is Ace-Jack-7, it's pretty shitty spot. Because you have 2 pairs, but you have no idea what the opponent has, so in Zoom I'm just folding those marginal hands out of position. In normal table, when I see after an orbit or 2, I know what kind of players I have on my left, I kind of adjust my ranges a lot. Because I know if they are not 3-betting me a lot, they are call happy players, I can open a lot of potential hands. Sort of polarized hands that either hit strong or don't. Here on right table, he probably folds. He might not know we have a cut shot, but not much more. So I'm making a c-bet, because unless I have a good reason not to c-bet, the c-betting is always a good option. It gives you an opportunity to end the hand right there and win the pot. But when you check, pretty much I have to hit my cut shot or some runners. Here on left, I'm making c-bet too. And this jack is actually a good card for us. It gives us 13 out of wrap, or actually we have 17 outs. Because we have 6 and 8, 7, 9 queen. So I'm actually betting because it doesn't complete any draws. So I hope they fold something because I have a king high. But if they call, I still have a lot of outs. And of course, if they have a flush draw, then they probably do have. But neither one of them. He has just an overpair, wow. Just an overpair, and he has cut shot and top pair. And turn is actually a action card. For him, it gives a flush draw and cut shot. He gets a wrap, and I get a bottom and wrap. I was in a really bad shape on the turn. Wow. I don't even know how much I have. 15% on the turn, so yeah, we've been lucky there. Free Sky opens. I'm going to call and see what happens in position. He checks, so I'm definitely betting. And he's just check folds to this board, which is so strange. It's a horrible way of playing from the small blind, but yeah. People make strange stuff. And on round table, top pair, top kicker, we make a c-bet. If someone calls, we slow down. If someone raises, we fold. But I'm definitely betting for value. Because, especially against bad players, you get most of your value on flops. And the second most on the turn, and the smallest amount of value comes in the river. And when he bets, he probably has better cards. When he calls the flop, the only hand we beat is some sort of Queen Jack 10. And that's pretty much the only hand we beat. So I'm happy to fold there. I hope the sound is good. Yeah, I have to remove my microphone for a second, but the stream seems to be fine from my part. If you have any problems with the stream, just let us know, or if it works, you can say it in the chat. And I'm not going to rattle my stack away. So we might have some deep situations just for the fun. And as we don't have any delay, feel free to ask from the hands. Steven asked about the ace 764, great. Keep on asking if you have any questions. With 2 tables of Zoom, there's a lot of going on, a lot of hands, so I honestly think that it might be my Dropbox. There's some problems with my internet connection. The upload speed is pretty slow. It's like half of what it should be. And when I have something going to my Dropbox, it really kills my connection. It's so strange. And what was the link? There's the link. I have to send it to one new member. So tired players, I'm going to isolate this one. Of course, the hand is not the great one, and it would be nice to have some information, but this is a nice hand to isolate, because if he 4-bets, he has aces or kings. So we can call and see if we hit the flop, and here we just isolate. We have a lot of folding equity on ace-high flops, and he 4-bets. Of course, I don't know anything about him, but so I'm just calling and see if I hit the flop. I don't, because there's an ace and he boards. I'm definitely folding. If this ace was a queen, I probably shove, because he has so much pair aces in his range. On left board we can 3-bet. We have a double paired hand, we call, see if we hit the set. We do, of course, there's an ace, but he's 47-29, so I'm just going to call and hope for a blank turn that I can check, because if you have aces, the money goes in. Oh, that sucks. If he thinks I have a draw, he has to bet. And he probably doesn't have aces, because there's two of them, but he might have ace-king, ace-queen, but I have to call as I started to open. And he had ace-king. I thought about shoving on the flop, but pretty much what I can get my money in is aces, kings, and ace-king. And I don't really have to protect that much against those hands. But yeah, the river killed me. Of course, he had huge hand on the turn. Maybe I just should have shoved. It would be a 50-50 flip, but I think that with this line I get some money out of his bluffs, because let's say the turn is ace or king or even 7, he's definitely going to bet the turn. And I don't want to fold because I have underread my hand. Like, my hand looks like a flush draw when I just call the turn. So if he doesn't have a hand, he has to bet the river. If he has trip aces, he probably checks behind. So when he bets the river, he has bluffs and boats. And as there's two aces on the board, I don't think he has aces that often. So pretty much the hands that beat me on his value range are ace, king, ace, queen. Pocket kings maybe. They are, people usually don't 3-bet with aces that much. Yeah, and micros they don't bluff that often, but with the stats I had on him, he seemed like a regular. And as we see, his 3-bet range is wide. And I really thought about shoving the flop, but I don't get any value from most of his range. Because if he doesn't have higher set or ace-king, he's just going to fold. And even with ace-7, he might, I mean, with ace-king, he might fold. Of course, now he has the flush draw, he's never folded, but he might. Because he has 3-bet and I raised the flop. I should have a pretty damn strong hand. And if he has aces or kings, the money goes in anyway. But with passive line, I get more money from his bluffs. So yeah, now it kind of sucks that we gave him, well, we didn't give him free cards, he did betting. But let's say he has Jack, 7-5 crap. We would have got a nice value from him. On table 1, we make a c-bet. And this guy, German guy is thinking, I don't know why, but he folds. So yeah, then we are just waiting for the hands. Like in here, shoving the flop is the easy way. Then you don't have to put yourself in the crappy turn and river spots. But I thought that if I shove the flop, it's not the most profitable line. On table 1, I'm going to check back. I don't want anyone to raise me. I have the top pair and small flush draw. And I pick up the bottom set, which is pretty nice, so I'm raising for value. And the thing is that this looks pretty strange, because I check back the flop. I shouldn't have queen 9, queens, 9s or 4s. So pretty much the only hand that makes sense is pocket 3s. So he might shove on me, and if he raise, I'm going to get it in, because he might raise me with overpair, queen 9, whatever. And if he has higher set, then I have at least a flush draw as a backup. And he just folds. He was probably thinking that that doesn't make sense. Which is exactly why I raised, because when it doesn't make sense, they might do something stupid. Whopperton is asking, did the bad one continue? Yes, it did. We made around 40 bucks profit in EV, but in reality we lost 100. So yeah, 4 or 5 buy-ins under EV. Pretty much normal session for these 2 months. Nothing really didn't go our way. When we had a huge draw, we just couldn't hit it by the river. And when we flopped the set, the opponent's flops flush on the turn. And then there was this one hand when we had all of our stack except 3 BBs in on the turn, and opponent had 4 outs. He hit one of those on the river and we shoved the 3 BBs. And sort of stuff that happens with PLO. And you just can't avoid them. So if you want to play PLO, you have to accept them. And of course it sucks. We are not robots, or at least all of us are not. Arnimetsa might be a robot, but I am not. When I lose, like, there's one winning session in the last 2 months in coaching, so it definitely sucks, and it kills the confidence. I start to think that, man, am I so bad? Why am I losing? Well, it's just variance. So when I check the hands later, there are some mistakes, but most of the losing hands anyway are pretty normal. And yeah, those hands don't see or are not visible in EV, but it doesn't matter because in the long run it goes the other way. Someday he doesn't hit his 4-outer and you win a lot more than your EVs. Left table, we have a hand unless something strange happens. Yeah, Arnimetsa is a green machine. Oh, lean mean machine. Sorry. We have 2 pairs on right table, but it's a 4-way pot. And these neat donks, I'm just going to fold. Because I don't really want to hit a boat on the turn if he keeps betting. So the idea is to stay away from the problems and just hit the jackpot when we have a hand. Ace high flop, I'm going to make... Oh, should have bet 40 cents. I make a c-bet because he's just going to fold so many jacks and queens and kings. Or any overcards. $21.21. I'm going to steal his big blind and let's see how he reacts. And he just fold. Now in Zoom I have the stats here on my HUD expansion is small blind fold and big blind fold. These are these numbers with an S and with the B. It means how often he has folded his small blind and big blind to button open. So now if I play a few sessions, I get a lot of hands from the regulars and players that I have to face often, so I can easily see how often they fold their blinds. Here we got a 3-bet from small blind. Yeah, of course we are crawling. We don't actually hit anything here. We hit top pair and he checks. I'm just going to bet. And if he checks fold, this is another just crazy way of playing small blind. This is how Hold'em players play the small blind in PLO. They think that, yeah, I have to steal his big blind, but when I call and they miss the flop, they are just giving up. On the left, we have bottom pair. I'm going to call, because there's so many turns that I can turn my hand into a bluff. Unless I hit the 3 or 2 pairs. And like, if he checks now, I can probably bet $3 and get a lot of folds. Because he is 23-8, of course on 13 hands, but like, if he has pair aces, it's a crappy spot for him. And now it kind of sucks because the 7... Well, if I had 8-9, I would value bet it here. But I think if he has aces, he's just going to call him. And he has kings with the flush draw, so yeah, it makes sense. I think when the board pairs, if I had a straight and I'm a normal PLO Zoom player, I would check back there. So when I bet, he might get suspicious and just call me. But if the turn was a blank, I would have shoved, and I think he would have folded his kings. Yeah, I would bet without a blocker. Because when a tighter player 3-bets, there's more of aces kings in his range. And if he had 8-9, he wouldn't check the turn. At least not with the information I have on him. So the plan was decent, the outcome wasn't. On left table, just c-bet fold. Unless we improve on the turn, but it's an ace high. Yeah, he should fold a lot. Oh, we bet 5 cents. I don't know, I'm just potting this 3PP pot. So I'm potting and hope someone has ace 5 and we can stack him off. But no action. But it's a limp spot. If we check and no one has anything, just go check, check, check. Probably should have folded on the left table because there's a deuce. It's only a 3-card hand and we have a really bad position. So when you're playing PLO 10 Zoom, it's like waiting for a good hand, and when you have a good hand, you're waiting for a good flop, and when you have a good flop, you hope you get action. And often you don't, but it's just waiting for a spot when some high VPIP player gives you a good profit. Like we have seen today, people make really bad calls on the turn. And here he pots, I have only 7 high flush draw. Now, I know a lot of players call, because yeah, I have a flush draw, but if you call, you have to get around 50 cents of value. If turn is 5 of clubs, or 4 of clubs, can you bet your 7 high flush? So you have to check, he checks, then on the river, you are not sure what to do. So, draw into small flushes is really problematic, especially out of position. Now we have some kind of hand on left table. I'm just going to call. I don't like to 3-bet with queens or kings without an ace. Here we have another king 10-8-6 double suited. And here we have a 3-bet from German guy. Of course we're going to call, we have position on him and it's going to be multi-weapon. And we hit the nuts, which is pretty nice. And it's an SPR1. So I'm probably betting half a pot to induce some calls like he called. So of course there isn't any turn that we can fold. But against sets the money goes in even with the half a pot bet or smaller. And he insta-calls and he has a set, and we don't win the pot. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Here he calls the flop, so he has a weak ace or strong hand or pocket kings, and I don't think that many people are floating on PLO 10 without a hand. So when someone calls on those boards, I give them a respect. Here we have a nut flush draw and an open ender. And he just checks fold. Wow. People are so honest in Zoom. Some people. That's probably one reason why people like Zoom, because it's so easy. Of course, there's a lot of excuses why it's easier to make money in Zoom. Well, that's pretty much bullshit. But Zoom is easy. You don't have to think that much. Here it's such a Troy board that I'm just check raising. We have a king blocker. And he has a flush draw and a cut shot. And he almost picks up a runner full house, but woo, we won a pot. But these type of hands, well, where is it? Wow, Mötke makes a big. I'm so tempted to shove here. Is anyone deep? No. I'm just going to shove. Of course, he might have ace, but I have a 1 ace blocker. And I'm definitely probably have 30% here. And I was right, I had the best hand. Ooh. What did I have? Well, run down, run down. Nice. So this hand, yeah, he had a top pair, nut flush draw, cut shot. It's such a strong hand that this is not a spot where we make money in PLO. Yes, he has to open his hand. We have to call. Or was it a 3-bet? No, it wasn't. Yeah, he has to open. It's such a strong hand, and he opens. It's not a mistake. I call. It's not a mistake. On the flop, he bets. I shove. In this hand, he didn't make any mistakes, and I didn't make any mistakes. So when no one makes mistakes, no one actually wins in the long run. Someday I will have this hand, he has this hand, and it goes the other way. So this is not the spot where we make money in the long run. And this is important to understand, because in Zoom, most of the times when we get our stack in, it's going to be this kind of spot. It's going to be set up in one way or the other. Oh, I have to bluff the river. Although I don't represent anything, but I don't have, pretty much have pair of sixes, it's not enough. Yeah, and he had an ace, he calls me. It's just he didn't bet the turn, which is a strange thing. But yeah, it's pot control. But he has to fold 1 out of 3 times on the river. So most of the times when we get the stack in Zoom is some sort of setup, and that's not how we make profit. The way we make profit is that people make mistakes, like they shove bad hand, or in PLO most of the value and profit comes from people calling with draws on flop and turn without the odds, or draw into a bad draws that are dominated. And that doesn't happen that much in Zoom, and that's why, yeah, like now we have 400 BB stacks, you can easily get a big stack, but none of these was a spot that we went money in the long run. Like with 4-bet kings, yeah, they both have rundowns. Well, his 3-bet here is something that I can think of sort of mistake, but yeah, they got a strong hands though. The money goes in. Well, he min raises and we are this deep. And he's an aggressive. I'm going to call because I have 2 flush draws, backdoor flush draws, and like 10 gives me 2 pairs. But he keeps on betting big. Probably fold, just, yeah. Might have folded on the flop. If you have seen the thread on 2+2 about how much people win in Zoom compared to normal tables, they have a huge database and they just saw, was it the 10 players with the most hand on each stake. So they had the 10 biggest grinders on PLO 10 Zoom and 10 biggest grinders on PLO 10 normal tables, and the difference is huge. Pretty much on every stake up to PLO 50, everyone on the Supernova is just making break even after the rate back and bonuses. While in normal tables they had a positive win rate. But still, so many people like Zoom. Oh, now I'm just out of balance, and I should have, especially here. Oh, now it. Where is it? I lost it. But yeah, I was on the small blind, I should have, or I was in the button, I should have stolen the blind. Got carried away with my explanations. On right table, yeah, we can float. If he checks, we can bet. He thought so, and he probably is going to call. 30 BB 100, oh, it's way higher. It's over 20 BBs. Of course, it depends your playing style. If you're playing with a pretty nitty style, you are like 18, 15 grinder. The rate is smaller than if you're 30, 20 aggressive player. Well, the hand, yeah, of course it might be, but now it's meh, I lost it. Yeah, but I was just thought about it. In normal tables I would probably just fold all the crappy hands from the button because there's so many calling stations on the blinds, but yeah, in Zoom I'm opening 100% of my buttons in unopened or unimped spot unless I have information that the blinds are high VPIP players. But yeah, rate is sit or sit or sit or sit. Oh, we have a Finnish player here. We don't have DNA, so yeah. Well, in Zoom, we shouldn't have that many hands with those players. On left table, I'm just going to fold. I have 3 9s. Trips pre-flop suck. Quads pre-flop suck even more. So this is kind of boring. He's just tight. I'm going to open. Tight. Not much implied. Because we have top pair and cut. I'm betting, and if he raises, he has such a strong hand. Because 9 gives us a straight, but Queen Jack has a higher straight. So If we win the pot here, we are just happy. And on the left table, top pair with the cut shot, no information, so I'm c-betting. Like, if I want to check back, I need to have information that my opponent raises a lot, and I don't have it, so just pick up the standard line. And there's not much going on. In normal tables, we have a lot more situations that we have to think about, because there's so many high VPIP players that hang to post flop. So Zoom is boring, but it's easy. I think I have said it 100 times. And one option is to open third or fourth table, but then when there's a lot of action I can't explain, and we don't have any time to check the replays. So now it would be a nice spot for someone to ask me something or comment about something. Juninho is checking this flop. It's just a strange, but well, I'm betting. And now I'm tempted to triple barrel him. He probably has an overpair. And he calls. Well, he insta-calls the turn, so when someone makes an instant decision, it means he doesn't have to think about it. So if he thought longer on the turn, I might fire the river, but when he insta-called the turn, he has made up his mind. And he's probably calling the river anyway. And he has just the jacks. Wow. And he can't have a read on me that I barreled those. Well, he had a queen, of course, but... do we have a straight here? We do, but he might have a bigger. So what I'm doing here is I'm bet folding. But if he has a queen, he's going to raise. But if I check, he's not going to value bet, and he has two pairs in his range. He's a green player, green regular. He bluff catches too much. He calls with like ace king, and now he calls, and wow, he has the second nuts. Crazy. He has a second straight on the turn, and he has the flush draw. Oh my god. Wow. I think he played flop bad, he played turn bad, on river, yeah, he has to call, but on the flop he checks back. Top pair, flush draw, cut shot, backdoor flush draw. And here, crease guy raises us. I'm just going to fold, because we are so deep, and if he keeps firing, I just have to bluff catch all the way. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And he bets the roll, man. This doesn't make sense. Well, value bet straight on the pairing turn and river. Maybe I should make a note out of him, but in Zoom as I make the notes to my poker tracker, I have to wait until he comes to my table, and as you can see, I'm not making a lot of notes here in Zoom, or I'm not reading them. Kikkonen asking why did I give him credit for set. Well, the thing is that we were 200 BBs deep. So I didn't have much options. If I can hear, we are actually 250 BBs deep. So I don't want to raise. Well, I can raise and turn my hand into a bluff, but if he calls, it really sucks for me, because I have no idea where we stand. And I don't really want to raise fold. And if I call, there's going to be only pretty much bad turn and river cards. So if I call the flop and he bets the turn, what do I do? And the thing is that if I call the flop, I have to fold on so many turns or rivers. Of course, it's a good spot for him to raise as a bluff, but it's just king and 3, so any card over 4 might give him higher 2 pairs. So the pot is so small, I have invested only 1 c-bet. So I'm just happy to fold there. Because he might have a set, he might have aces, he might have ace-king. But the thing is that I have to be guessing so much. And let's say the turn is 3. What do I do? Do I want to stack off 250 BPs? Turn is king, do I want to stack off? So the way I see turn and river are going to be really problematic. Because my hand is probably not going to improve and I don't have any nut outs on the turn. So that's why I'm just giving up there. I'm betting here on the turn. This checking creates a spot where they might bluff the river. Now this sucks. I have ace in my hand, so if he has any pocket pair, he is not going to fold it. And if he doesn't have a pocket pair, I beat him with my ace high. So and he bets kings, aces. Makes sense. Every player has a logic. Every player has a reason for every action they do. It's just that the logic and reasoning might be pretty different from what we have. But yeah, the reason might be that the moon is so high, or it's Wednesday, I play all my red 5s on Wednesday, and so on. But there is a reason always. And most of the player has some sort of game plan. Here we have the nut, so I'm betting small. Hope. Yeah, he shoves on me, so I'm just going to shove. He's not folding any flush. And he's drawing dead. Wow. Nice. Well, that's the first big mistake we found out. And yeah, this is definitely a situation where we make money in the long run. Because he's shoving the turn with 0 equity. But yeah, even the fishes have logic. And the thing is that if you can understand how they think, you can make a lot of money in the micros or at live casinos. And I have the luxury of being able to work with the fishes for many years. I have been a blackjack dealer in restaurants and I have been a poker dealer in restaurants. Min raise, always a strong hand, so I'm just going to fold. Might seem nitty, but yeah, his min raise range is crushing me. And of course, Now someone might say, if you always vote to win race, they can exploit you. It's beyond then Zoom, no one is going to exploit me. And if one player exploits me, the rest 900 has a value hand there. On left table, I'm just checking my aces. And thing is, if I check call, it looks like a flush draw. So as we almost 100 pips deep, I'm check raising. Because he might shove kings with flush draw or ace jack with the jack high flush draw. Or some kind of strange stuff. And if he has a set, I have 11 outs. So especially if you are playing on live casinos or poker rooms or wherever, where some of your opponents are purely recreational players that don't care about poker mathematics, it's important that you know how they think and how they approach poker, because it's way different than what we have. I'm just trying to see if we can mark some players with color codes. Oh, 15-10 out of 300 hands, he's a nit. Something in my nose. Pretty much the only ways to lose money in PL and then Zoom long run is mental game problems. Like Zoom is the devil if you have mental issues in poker. Like even with the smallest tilt, if you tend to overplay any of your hands in Zoom, you can overplay a lot, because you can always hit the next hand until you find at least something, and then you can start to be aggressive and you get so many hands per hour. That, yeah, that's one way of just spewing money. And another way is playing too tight. Well, I don't think if you can play too tight in Zoom, you are not losing money. You are not winning a much, but you are definitely not losing much. And one way is to try to be aggressive, and when opponents raise you, you don't believe them. Here we probably get a free turn card. Ace kinda sucks. Oh, another king. Wow. I'm going to check his 13 and 6. A lot of kings in his range, a lot of aces, so I'm just going to fold there. So like in these spots, if you always think, oh, he might be bluffing me, I have to call. You are going to lose a lot of these 5 PP pots. Or 5 PP calls. So especially in Zoom, people play more honestly than they do in normal tables. Of course, when you have more hands, you can spot out the aggressive ones. It's totally different, but as we see, most of the players have red stats. So they are tied. And as we started like 50 minutes later than normally, I think I'm going to play for over 11. If we have any money left then. Don't know. And people are just phoning. It kind of sucks. We have now played on our... And we have played, let me see, 445 hands. And we have spotted pretty much one mistake from opponent that gives us money in the long run. So yeah, that's why we don't make money in Zoom. On left table, if he checks, I'm going to bet the flop. It's such a dry flop that we should have some folding equity. And half a pot is fine. Yeah, heads up zoom PLO then would be awesome. It doesn't make any money for PokerStars. Unless the rate is same as in normal tables, it would be sick. Wow. 9, 9, 15, 12, 12, 6, 11, 9. This is a neat fest. He's a shorty at 9, 9, so I'm not going to 3-bet him. First we hit the hand. Oh, 7 kind of sucks, because I think he has aces and kings often. Oh, he had a queen jack too. Nits, 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 nits everywhere. We hit the top set on right table. Let's see if we can get any action. I'm going to make a donkey 3-bet. Hope to induce him of making something stupid because we are so deep, but didn't work out. And on the right table, when we check the flop, yeah, everyone checks back, and now we're on the river, and we have to bet. But yeah. If this Dickle bets, I'm going to call. Oh, he checks back. What he can have? He can have quads. He can have a full house. He can have pocket kings. I'm going to bet something. And let's see what he has. Yeah, pocket kings, and he made a nut flush on the river. This is quite boring because we are not going to have a lot of interesting spots. Like 99% of the hands are fold pre-flop or raise pre-flop, c-bet flop. Like this guy, 6 and 0. There's a lot of players that are actually waiting for aces and kings, because it's so easy to wait in Zoom. Of course, they are not making profit, but on the other hand, they are not giving us any profit. So in PLO 50 Zoom, there's a lot more regulars, a lot more thinking players, so it gets more interesting. But here in PLO 10, it's kinda boring. We totally missed the flop, so I'm checking and see if turn creates any more equity. They all check, so I'm betting turn. For value, for protection. It is actually a good card for us. And we pick up the pot. Probably next time, if we are playing PL, then we are going to normal tables, because oh, min bet. I'm actually going to raise his almost like a min dog. And he calls, which indicates a flush draw. So I'm actually betting for value, trying to get something out of him. And the flush completes, and he shoves. So easy fold, although we make the straight, but yeah. He can't have anything but the flush. And we have a shorty, so if he folds on the big blind, I'm showing almost any flop because he has SPR1. So we have a pair and a couple of overcards. And he has pair of threes. Now he has two pairs and he builds up our pot. I'm going to shove here because he's 40 BB shorty. And I'm going to broke on any flop. And he has a king high flush, yeah. Makes sense. Doom de doom doom doom. Well, those were two hands that we made profit in the long run. We didn't make profit today. As she's calling turn, I'm actually going to bet the river as a bluff. And he calls. Got two pairs on the river. Otherwise, I think he should have folded. Damn. Because his hand looked like a flush draw. A mile away. And he had 10 high flush. So of course he had a king, but I think if this 5 was a 6 of hearts, he would have folded. So, another unlucky hand that most of the rivers we can fold, but the opponent managed to hit two pairs. We had a similar hand before. And he pots the river. Hard to think he would do this with just an ace. So I'm just folding. And then we are just waiting once again. Wow, 1911 for a knit fest. I'm trying to stab and steal this pot on the right table because the board is paired. It's rainbow. People are going to miss it so often, and when it's a limp spot, they shouldn't have high pocket pairs. But when he calls, it kinda sucks, and I'm just giving up. Yeah, he had a 9. He was too afraid to bet it. The reason why I check back here is that if he has king or aces, he's not folding. And everything else I beat, of course, if he has 10. But when I check back, he might stab the turn. So I have to call the turn. And if he bets the river, I'm just going to fold. Yeah. if you compare PLO Zoom and normal tables, the average hand strength in Showdown is much stronger in Zoom. Because less hands go to Showdown, because people are playing so tight. Every time when the hand goes to Showdown, someone pretty much have the nuts or close to nuts. While in normal tables, people might stack off with a lot of different hands. And we have the ace blocker, but PLO then it doesn't work. Like we saw earlier, people stack off in a... Well, he's 15th then. But he's shorty. If he has king high flush, he's never folding it, so yeah. It was tempting, but it's not profitable. Now we hit the set of 9s on right table. Let's see what happens. I don't know if there's a Omaha high-low zoom. There is. Well, it's no limit Omaha high-low zoom. That's pretty... I don't know if we should actually play it sometimes. I have never played high-low, so that I understand some mathematics and odds. I just know what is a good hand and what is not. He raises me. The thing is that he can do this with sets, and I have the third nut flush, so I'm just shoving it. And if he has higher flush, then be it. And he has a 9 high flush, he's drawing dead. I don't know. So tempting to... We can play PLO 2 no limit high-low. There's 114 players on the player pool. Just for fun. It's PLO 2. Yeah, just wait for ace deuce and shove pre-flop, and there's always going to be someone who calls you. Maybe we can go to PLO 2 and shove a few stacks. Has been a horrible day. Yeah. I think that I'm going to play 15 minutes or so. On right table I'm opening my jacks. Just if we hit the board, we get more value, or we get value from wider range when we are pre-flop raisers than if we were just limping behind. They are both, well, only one hand sample size, but yeah, we have the blocker, so when the flop goes check, they don't have the straight, and king doesn't change anything, they don't have the jack, so they should fold a lot of rivers. Probably he calls me with 2 pairs when I say that. Jinx! Oh, he thinks he has a king then. And finally he folds. I have a weak ace. It's an imp spot. I'm going to call once. And he bets again, so I'm just folding his nip. And it's when these 13 and 7 guys barrel, they don't ever have air. And I have tens, I block all the straight draws, so he probably has king, aces, queens so often that I'm just folding here when he barrels. But on the flop his range is wide, but when he barrels turn it goes so tight. Wow, 17, and I'm going to give these red colors for every nip. I think soon the whole screen is red. Oh, we have an action on left table. We have a set of jacks. I think I have to bet the river, because if I had a bluff, I would bet it and see if he calls. And he does. Overpair, maybe. No, he has queen. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Draw down with the queen. Well, if he calls, just calls the flop. Well, he has an open ender. Wow. On this point, I'm not sure what he was thinking. The one option is that he thinks that I have a lot of air in my range, so he calls the flop. Turn is a bluff. He knows I'm bluffing, so he's bluff catching and plans to call any non-spade river. Or he's just thinks on the flop that I have a straight draw, but I can shove it, so I just call on the turn. Same thing, he's too afraid to raise, and on the river he thinks, oh man, he might be bluffing. So one thing to understand from the players is that do they think ahead or not? Thinking players, on the flop he thinks what happens on the turn, what happens on the river, so he has a plan for the hand. But bad players, recreational players, they don't think ahead. On the flop he thinks the flop, on turn he thinks the turn, and on river he wakes up and thinks the river. And especially if you are on the same table for multiple hands, it's important if you know or understand how the opponent thinks, because it really affects his ranges and decisions. Here we bet the flop, but he calls, he has something, and that something beats us. Oh, we pick up the 9 on the river. Oh, he had pocket jacks. God bless whatever country he was from. On left table we pick up the top pair open-ender. Thinking about raise, but the problem is that if he shoves we almost have to get it in, so I'm just calling and pick up the safe route. And he had overpair and flush draw. We had a decent equity against him on the turn. %. So yeah, the turn call was right. Ace is on left. Woo! Now we just need to hit the flop. Almost. I'm getting in against this Russian shorty. And I pick up topper. I'm just going to pot here. And he has 2 pairs. And we hit one of our outs on the river. And left, I mean on the right table. Table 2. I'm checking back because I had the cut shot, which now of course hits me. So I'm just going to pot it. It doesn't matter what I do. It's such a strong bet. And river is a blank, which is nice. Either they have a busted draw or they have a set. So I'm betting sort of big. Because the only way I can value is someone bluff catching me. And he thinks he probably has a set. If he doesn't have a set, it's, I don't know why he's thinking. On left table we can check raised, easy fold. Middle pair against tighter player, we have always folding equity on the flop. Turn sucks, gives him an ace. If he has ace in his hand, he completes the flush. The thing is that if this was any other spade, I would barrel here. Because if he has like ace 10, I don't think he's folding. So I'm giving up. Usually there's a lot of folding equity on the turn when the flush completes, but it's the ace. He has so many ace-high hands as he's a tight player. Needs love to have a in their hand. Nine hands, 0 and 0. That's the way to play PLO. This is a calling station. Double suited kings. And I'm just calling. Because like this flop, I'm just check folding. Oh, he checks back, so yeah, then I'm betting the turn. Now the only hand that beats me are aces, and I would think he c-bet aces. Because he's playing with his phone. And he just folds. Wow. People are just giving up way too easily when they are pre-flop aggressors. Mean raise by Mr. Nice. Yeah, probably a bluff, but well, I have a straight. That actually changed. You didn't even see that. I'm calling this one. So I don't think he continues with his bluffs if he has air, but when he pots the turn, yeah, I don't think it's ever bluff. So it was not flush, and he just raised for value. Not much going on. This has to be the most boring coaching ever. I think he has often like overpair with the flush draw, so I'm trying to pick up some value from aces or probably kings. And he just folds. So hard to get good value. Almost makes me want to say that kids, don't try this at home. Go to normal tables. Yeah, I'm probably going to switch. In 5 minutes I'm going to no limit high-low. At least we should have some fun there. Because I really don't know shit about high-low equities and outs and stuff. I actually can't even remember which way you count the low hand. Like, is ace deuce 3 4 6 better than ace 3 4 5 6? How was it? Do you start to check the higher cards or the lower cards? Of course the higher cards. But oh, I'm so confused. I'm going to type it here so you can understand. better than ace 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have yeah, ace 3, but I'm not going to fold because we have ace king of the same suit. It sort of hurts our hand, and it would suck to hit something like, well, I can open the hand, but if we hit like 2 pairs on an ace high board and he shoves. So in high-low is both are 6 high, but which one is better? The one with higher cards or the one with smaller cards? I think I have to know that before we hit the tables. It's something that I always forget. Oh, we hit an inside wrap and the opponent checks. And we hit the straight and the flush completes. I'm going to bet because if he has aces, he's going to call me. And if he raises, we are joint dead. But he folds, which is funny. It's like he 3-bets out of position, he gets ace high board and he checks. I would have check folded. Now why do you 3-bet out of position if you don't want to represent aces? Who knows? And like here on the left table, well, I can open the hand, but I have king jack 10 something out of position. I'm just folding a ton of marginal hands out of position. Because as we saw, it's hard to get value in Zoom. And even in normal tables, it's hard to get value out of position. Most of the value comes in position. So it's hard to extract value out of position. In Zoom, it's even harder. So the smallest hand wins. While I think, is it in Ras that the highest of the smallest hands win? Like if both have 8 high, the one with more higher cards win. Or was it the other way? Poker is so complicated. I'm going to sit out now. That's enough. Enough of this nonsense. We are probably close to break even. Not sure. Yeah, I know the low nuts. Ooh, we get action on left table. C-bet, call, give up. Oh man. They just don't fold a flush draw. Let's see. Today's PLO 10 session is winning session and running shitloads over EV. Wow. So now we can lose some dollars on no limit Omaha. Do we go to 10 or we go to 2? Let's see how this PLO 2 high-low is. And if it's super easy, we go up. Now I know how it feels like to be a recreational player in PLO table, because every hand seems playable. Should I call with this hand? Of course I can see the flop. And now we actually don't have a low hand. And we have 2 pairs, so we are probably splitting the pot at most. I'm just going to fold. Was that too nitty? I don't know. But we are fighting for half of the pot and maximum. We are probably going to lose a lot of money in here. Oh, we have 2 pairs. And there's no low possibility. So when they check, I'm value betting. And they fold. Woo! We won the pot. Now this is like a recreational player on Omaha. Oh, do we have full house here? Yes, we do. 1 cent. Of course we're going to pay 1 cent. Can't be any smaller. And we flop top 2. Should we get it in? There's probably not going to be a low hand. So if he has aces, we are ahead. Probably. Oh, it's a no limit. Yeah, oh, sorry. I wondered at how the hell we can shove $2, but yeah, it's a no limit. Wow. Well, finally I can make an overbet in PLO. Oh god, I love this game. Yeah, we have a wrap. I think it's good. And we have a low hand. Well, I'm giving them pressure. Of course, the problem is that if I don't hit, I can't win. Oh man, I'm such a fish. Because if they have a low hand, they are not folding. So there's no fold equity on the river. Oh, we won half of the pot. This is a nice game. What did that third guy have? 5-3, green, green. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. How many of you have played high-low? Because if you can see me doing something stupid like here, let's see until the hand comes. Someone shoved 250 BBs. Yeah, I know middle cards are, but good hands are something like ace deuce, ace deuce. So you can scoop the pot. So when you're aiming just for the high hand or just for the low hand, it's no good. Why isn't the hand coming up? Dude. What do we have here? Well, it's 2 cents. It doesn't matter what we have here. What do we now have? We have 2 pairs and a possibility to low hand. Good enough. We have straight and we have actually a low hand, so I'm calling. And oh, we get 1/4 back. Ace, ace, 16. Ugh. Where's the hand where this guy shoved pre-flop? Well, it might be this hand. It's just not. No one called him. Ace king 10-3. This seems to be a nice hand. Should we shove? I don't know. Is it better to just shove pre-flop or call? I honestly have no idea. Probably 3, because if we shove, I don't know. Actually, I don't know shit about this game. I have no idea about pre-flop equities. So I don't know what hand to shove pre-flop. So, yeah, the coaching part is over. The fish part is on. Well, the player pool is 100 players. Well, it's NL2. But as far as I know, let me see on the lobby, Omaha high-low. How many tables there are? Oh, I have to check my filters. Let's go up to PLO 50. Oh, in high-low there isn't any table on PLO 50. Thinking Jack Should I call? No, he has aces. I can't hit the low. I'm not going to call. Yeah, I understand that much from high-low is that you make the nuts on either high or either low, and then you are free rolling for the other one. So you have a draw to scoop up the pot. Like here, if deuce of clubs comes, I allow this game. I called it. I have the super nuts. I have nuts, so I'm just shoving. Let's see if we can get action. Oh, I love it. I called two of clubs. And no action. Crap. And on the F table I shoved ace deuce, no action. So, even in high-low it's all about the nits. There are, like here's the lobby. You have one open table of 25 and 2, 3 on PLO 10, so not much traffic. Well, we made a... What is that straight flush wheel? There's the word for it. Oh, what was it? Was it an iron wheel or whatever it was? When you have a straight flush from ace to 5. Wow. Well, I saw a former PLO coach on another side played PLO 25 high-low no limit. Oh, it's not PLO, it's NLO. NLO 25, and he just shoved any ace deuce pre-flop. We have almost a nut low. 5 deuce would be better. So I'm splitting the pot here. And he had 3 deuce. That sucks. Yeah, steel wheel was the word. So he was playing NLO 25 and he shoved any ace deuce pre-flop and people called him with king, queen, jack, jack type of hands, and it was crazy. People are min betting a lot. Probably because they don't know what to do, they bet small and hope to get a cheap turn card. Now we have 2 pairs and we have a good low draw. We have a lot of something. And I don't like small bets. Here people are shoving pre-flop well. On the river we have nothing. We don't have high, we don't have low. Nah. We probably have to change the approach so that we are shoving on flop and hope someone beats something when we have a strong hand. Like here, queen 7, I'm just going to shove. I have 2 pairs and backdoor low draw. This is not good. But at least we can get some flips. And he had a flush draw and he beats us on both ways. That's the way you play. The thing is that if we can pick up the high pot, we should call. But if he's betting a flush, we can't call. I really don't know what to do on these kind of spots. Probably should just fold. Now this is a boring game. Do 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 do. Boop boop boop. Hold'em high-low. What the creep is that? We seem to have pretty nice hand on the left table. So we are probably going to bet it. No action. I don't know. What do I have to play to get action? Do we go to hyper second cross or what? Yeah, Arnimetsa is right. If you want to win in a poker game, you have to study it beforehand. Tim Tom calls me on the flop, so yeah, he has an ace. You can keep the pot. We actually met a straight on the river. Now he pots. Oh man. You are not fooling me, mister. I'm shoving here. Let's see if someone has a pair of queens. The thing is that, can you beat the rake on high-low at the micros? Because most of the time when the hand goes to showdown, it's a split pot. So pretty much no one wins anything. I don't know. I haven't seen any high-low rake analysis. Wow. This is full of nits. I don't even know how to approach this game. Ace 4, 9, 7, is this a good hand? Probably not. We can always join the Limp Fest. Top 2 and a low draw. Should we shove? I think we should. Because no one bets, we have folding equity. And as I finally have an opportunity to overbet and overshove, I have to use it. It's like buying a Ferrari and not driving it. So now that I have the chance to do this, I just have to shove. Would be interesting to know from a good player that what is their calling range in these spots when someone bets in SPR almost 20. What is your calling range on this board? Ace, Ace, 3, 5. Yeah, call from 100 to 0 as quick as possible is the interesting part. Especially if you're playing live. Because you get good feeling when you can just physically you can shove your stack in and say, I'm all in. and then everyone folds and you have to stack your chips for the next 15 minutes. We have a cut shot and so much backdoor that I don't even know. 2 pairs, then we bet. He calls, then we check and he wins the hand. No, he doesn't, but he wins half. Wow. Was it 8 on the river? Yeah, he has the low hand. Bummer. So 217 and at the start, well, we won 1 cent. That's great. I honestly don't understand who can play this PLO2 no limit PLO. NLO2 high-low. Like more than half an hour. Do we have a low? We don't actually even have the high. So he's probably having a low draw. He's not folding, so. This is a stupid game. Oh, we have aces. Should we shove pre-flop? Probably not. I don't even know. Should we shove these high aces in high-low? If we can. Where are our high-low experts? Because there has to be someone who understands more from this game than me. Yeah, Crucible is a crazy game. It's like, I don't know who invented or PLO 5 or PLO with 6 cards. I have seen that on some places. So I don't know who invented that. Yeah, we should play PLO with 5 hand cards. Like, didn't they get enough action with 4 cards in live games? Someone said, yeah, this is so boring. Let's add up 1 more. And then they play with 5 cards. I'm pretty sure that 6 card PLO is invented in Finland. With some crazy PLO grinders that didn't get enough action on PLO 5. So 6 card Omaha, you are probably going to show down on every hand. Yeah, there's a joke that for Finnish players they need to have a PLO heads up with, I don't know how many cards you can have, 22. So you have 1 card to burn and then you can deal the board. So you split up the deck and cards and just see which one makes the better hand. I have the top set here. I'm going to bet. Because on this board there's no low possibility even by the river, so now it's just normal PLO. And now we can overbet twice the pot. And he had a straight. Well, the same people play here, like, you have nuts on the turn. Why don't you shove? So we actually won a pot. I thought that this NLO2 Zoom might be a good game to play while drinking. on some weekends, but I'm going to shove here. I have the nuts. I have redraw to higher nuts, and I have the low draw, and he has the flush draw, and oh, no clubs. Oh, we split the low pot and win the high pot, so we win money. Oh, there we had a hand. So this is not a good game to play while drinking, because this is boring. I much rather go to PLO 2 Zoom and play there with VPIP 60. Doom de doom doom doom. Oh, it's almost midnight. I think we are going to play until 1 big pot, and then it's enough of this madness. I'm loving that. I am having some problems with PLO hands. You silly man. Here we have the high nuts. Should we shove? Because there's not a low possibility yet. I think we do. If he... Oh man. Well, I'm not shoving now. This is easy because you don't have to play the river when you shove your stack. And we get action. Ooh. And he had a set of jacks. Well, that's nice. You can have setups in NLO. I don't know if we are finally winning even our NLO adventures, but I think it's time to sit out. This wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. So, where did we end up? We won 5 cents. Woo! I have never won 5 cents in a coaching. And our EV is exactly 0. Wow. I don't even know if I should add these to make all the calculation for 5 cents. I don't know if my Excel can even work it out. I'm probably going to add it to the next week's results. I have to see if any of the numbers change with 5 cents winning, because there's only limited amount of what are the things after the dot. Decimals. I don't know. So pretty much break even and we continue with the same money. I have to say, all this shit for 5 cents, it makes me cry. Like, first we battle half an hour to get a stream going on, and when we finally, well, whoa, someone has been lucky here, and someone has been unlucky here. This is the first hand. I don't know if you saw it, but we got AC versus aces on the flop, and he had a runner on the trips. But here, this is the 3-way, but we won probably. Yeah, because it's plus 30. So yeah, all this trouble for 5 cents. First we battle with the stream, we use mobile connection, we do everything, and finally we get it to work. Then we go to play PLO Zoom, nothing happens, most boring session ever. Then we try to have some fun in the end, and it's even more boring. So, oh yeah, 2 cents. So the shareholders win 3 cents, and I'm pretty sure that if I put it to my calculations, probably nothing happens. So I'm probably giving the 5 cents to the next session for next Wednesday, and we all save a lot of time. This was boring. I hope someone got at least something out of this, because we didn't have that many spots that were interesting in the whole session. So definitely for the next time, if we have to play PLO, then we go to normal tables. So we will have table dynamics and table selection and all kind of interesting stuff. But thank you for this memorable Wednesday. And woo, winning session after all. It's always nice to have a winning session. I'm just going to cry myself into sleep. Thank you. I'm Kyyberi. This was PokerEyeMania.com, and let's hope we have a good session on Friday for Finnish viewers and next Wednesday for English viewers. Have a good night and bye bye.